Women are continuing to fight for their right to walk around topless. At least that's what one female activist that goes by Narcissister is doing. Now, she is using her political activism to do art installations. And in one installation, she is showcasing photos of different women, each wearing this iconic Narcissister mask, which is a Barbie doll mask, and no shirt. It's like basically a cutout where the boobies hang out. And basically, they're performing mundane tasks as they're topless. They're shopping, they're dropping off their kids, all of that. So here's a few examples. Now, this isn't the only thing that women are doing to kind of send the message that being topless isn't that big of a deal. There's one company that's selling something known as the Tata Top, and it's basically a bathing suit top that looks like you're topless, but you're actually completely covered. It's being sold for $28.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah. So they're actually working on different color areolas. So they're, in the process of doing that. But again, it's sending a message. Like, look, it's not that big of a deal. If men can walk around without their shirts, if men can sunbathe without a shirt, women should be able to do the same. It's a little bit of a different issue when you start getting into breastfeeding. It always drove me absolutely insane when people were against public breastfeeding. I mean, really, is that going to turn you on? Is that sexual for you? For some people, I guess it is. But, this is another example. You go to places like Europe, people are sunbathing topless all the time, and it's become so commonplace that it's not a big deal. It's not necessarily a sexual thing. So why don't we progress a little bit when it comes to this issue and move on?
Yeah, I'm going to say something crazy. I'm not sure I want to progress on this issue.
So you don't want, look, honestly, I wouldn't be crazy about a bunch of women like taking their shirts off and walking around in public all the time, but there are some things that I think we can progress on. So the breastfeeding thing in public, that's one thing.
I will allow it.
Topless sunbathing, that's another thing. Like, there's a time and a place for everything. So for instance, businesses already have policies against men coming into their establishments without shirts on. I think the same thing obviously should apply to women. So there's a time and a place for everything. But if there is a situation where it's acceptable for men to not have a shirt on, I think it should be the same for women as well. Who cares?
Well, I have a unique take on why I'm opposed to this. I'll get to that in a second. First, it has to be noted for the record how creepy that mask is.
Yeah.
Okay, here's a situation, and we blurred the nipples because we have to. But in the real pictures, you actually see their full breasts, okay? And the breasts are kind of fascinating. Right? That's what I'm going to get to in a second. But I look at the breasts, and then I look at the mask, and I go, siktir, right? And it creeps me out every time.
What do you mean the breasts are fascinating? Fascinating in that they turn you on, fascinating in that they come in different shapes and sizes. Fascinating is an interesting way of commenting.
Yeah, fascinating as in interesting. Okay, so that's why I'm opposed to them showing their breasts left and right, okay? Because they say, look, you shouldn't eroticize the breasts. But I want to eroticize the breasts, right? And so I know it's a little Ferengi of me, or anti-Ferengi of me. You shamelessly clothe your women, inviting others to unclothe them, right? And the thing is, I do want to shamelessly clothe my women because then it's kind of hot. Then, oh, there's their breasts. And when you see, yes, that's fun.
Yeah, we should wear burqas too. So then when we show you our ankle, you'll get a hard on.
Yes, wait a minute. Okay, all right. No, I hear you, but I think saying the breasts are not naturally erotic is just wrong.
Yeah,
I don't think that they're only interesting to men because we've covered them up. Mm-hmm. I think, no, they were always interesting to men. And
I think that they would become less interesting to men if women walked around without shirts.
But I do think that's true.
Yeah, that will definitely happen. It'll become a norm. It'll be commonplace. It won't be as interesting or exciting. So that's, yeah.
And so, yes, the first week would be awesome, where guys would be like, siktir, right?
Yeah.
But then you did get bored of it, and I don't want to be bored of it.
You're making a really good point. So women should be covered up so we can ensure that men will still be into us when we take our shirts off.
Think about it. Okay. So now, and the fake thing where they were trying to make a point with the bathing suits and stuff, there's no way that every guy on the beach didn't get the point. The point was, look at me. Because you'd be like, what? There's no way that doesn't fake you out and then get everybody to look, right? Mm-hmm. So, I don't know, it's kind of an ironic protest. Because, okay, you shouldn't be that freaked out by it, is I think part of the point of this protest, or a point that they're making. It's not really a protest. But I think what they're going to get is a lot of guys checking them out. Mm-hmm. So then what did you accomplish?
I know. Look, I want to be able to sunbathe topless at the beach.
Okay, well, that's it.
That's all I want. Okay. And I want you to stop harassing women that are breastfeeding. Okay, that's it.
Okay, you know what? But we can shake on that, okay? Okay, anyway, topless, you don't do topless breastfeeding. That's weird. You can do breastfeeding. You're going to do topless at a beach. Bless your heart, okay? Everybody's a winner. But just walking around topless, everybody's going to get bored of it. I want them eroticized. And maybe I'm wrong, but I'm a dude, okay? And I'm allowed to be a dude. And I'm allowed to eroticize certain things. Look, and in all seriousness...
By the way, I still eroticize the shit out of guys who look good without their shirts on.
Yeah, right.
All the time.
Right?
All the time.
Don't I get that all the time.
I'm sure, yeah.
Okay, final point is, hey, listen, you've got to, this is really important. You got to make a distinction between viewing men and women as sexual objects and viewing them only as sexual objects, okay? So we're all sexual objects to one another. That's the reality, okay? But if you view men or women, and usually, of course, it happens to women more often, let's keep it real, only as sexual objects, that's when you're doing something really stupid, because that's, of course, not the totality of women. But if you're a woman and you're trying to get men to not view you as a sexual object ever, you're gonna fail, okay, because it's in our DNA. So it's just keep it real while being respectful. That's what we try to do here on the Young Turks.